How do you train your brain to think fast when you're put on the spot and know exactly what to say and to speak clearly so that you show up as the expert and leader that you are? Now, I bet you that you have fantastic answers and responses if you have time to prepare. But when you don't, maybe you panic, freeze, ramble on. You lose the room and with it all your credibility and all the opportunities that could have come from that interaction. Now, if you want to make sure that this never happens to you, click on the link below the video. This is the work I do with experts, leaders, CEOs. Now, before I share what can save you in these moments, I want to tell you the story of a client of mine. When he told me what happened to him, it sent shivers down my spine. I couldn't believe it. This client is a top executive. He was invited to an exclusive private event which had his bosses and his bosses' bosses, the global leaders of the company. He couldn't believe his luck. Now, he wanted to become partner and saw this as a fantastic positive signal. He was sitting at the table, beaming. Then he hears his name being called out from the stage. He was being invited to go up to the stage and speak about his work. And so just like that, with zero prep, zero notice, he had to stand up, all eyes on him, woo, and walk to the stage and start speaking straight away to a room full of people who were going to decide his future. Now, if that was you, how would you feel when you were walking up to the stage? What would be going on in your brain, in your head? He survived the experience and he went on to become partner, but he knew that that moment could have killed his career, and he never ever wanted to feel like that again or be put in that sort of risky situation again. So he got in touch and we worked together. Your version of this could be in a meeting, on stage, being interviewed, any moment when the spotlight turns and shines on you. The problem is that those interactions live on, either because they are recorded and they're on the web forever, or because they're replayed in people's minds. Every time they see you, read your name, think about you, hear about you, that's what comes up. The first thing I want you to know is that if you have no way of structuring your thoughts and knowing exactly what is the most important thing to say, then you're in trouble. This is where frameworks come in. And I want you to know that frameworks equal structure. They are a simple way to organize your thinking, organize what you say. And it works not only for you, but for the people that you are communicating with. It's a simple way, an easy way for them to follow what you're saying. I've been sharing my structures with CEOs, leaders, experts for decades. They love them because I keep things really simple. And I'm sharing their favorite one with you today. It's based on a simple 3-2-1 framework. Instead of your brain going wild and not knowing what to prioritize and say first, you follow this structure and everything falls into place. You start with number 1, and it goes like this. You say the one thing I want you to know, I want you to remember or realize, the one thing that you and experts like you get wrong. I call this the remember this moment. So basically, if the people you're speaking to forget everything you say, what's the one crucial big idea, big thing that you want them to remember? Start with it, end with it. Say it, keep it simple. Let's use the terrifying example of my client. Imagine you're walking up to the stage. You think to yourself, what's the one thing I want people in this room to realize about my work, to know about what I do and how it helps them? Maybe it's a misconception, a myth, a something that you know that they don't. You are the expert. You want to showcase that straight away and say something that's sort of, what? I didn't know that type thing at the very beginning. I say it's an extreme, terrifying example, what happened to my client, but I see this as a fantastic, unparalleled opportunity. You know, if you are able to stand up and speak with no prep about what you do, why it's important, why the people in the room should care, what's going on in their mind around your expertise and how you can help, then you are going to win the room and be cemented as that credible, amazing wow expert that you are. So it's not a terrifying, extreme thing. It's a fantastic opportunity you should be welcoming. Then you want to move on to 2 things, 2 reasons the person whose attention you want, the stakeholder in your life, should care about what you're going to say, what you're sharing. So let's look at it through the lens of what I do, communication. My remember this moment could be, who gets the money? The person with a brilliant idea or the person who is a brilliant communicator? You know the answer. And if you're not the brilliant communicator, you lose out to people with half your experience. They get all the opportunities and double the money. Here are 2 reasons you should really care about this. 1, if you are not clear, relevant, interesting, you're not going to be remembered, you're not going to be chosen. If you are not chosen, you watch your life's potential drip down the drain. Then you want to back up what you're saying with 3 things. They could be stats, facts, results you got for clients, something that cements your credibility. For me, it could be that I've worked on global TV for decades. I've interviewed thousands of leaders, people running companies and countries. I know what works, what doesn't. I know what gets cut and deleted, what gets amplified and repeated. And I want you to be able to take advantage of these interactions. It could be results. One of my clients got a 98% satisfaction rating from the audience the first time she used my frameworks to showcase her brilliance and her work on stage. Another one of my clients, we've only been working together for a few weeks, she's been getting loads of offers and opportunities. 2 of them are from governments saying, please come and work with us. And it's all down to how she is showing up, how she is communicating her expertise and positioning herself strategically. I like to keep things really simple, so let me show you a visual way to put this together so you can remember it and you can reproduce it for yourself. Okay, so remember this big idea. Let's put it down here. Can you see? No, let's put it here. Remember this. Remember this. And I'll put a heart here because it's something you really want to focus on and make sure that people remember. Then we go on to the 2 things. Why should they care? Something about them. They care. And something about them they care about. And then you want to back it up with 3 things. These are maximum numbers, by the way, 3 things. But it could be, result, stats, facts, credibility, years of you doing this, reality-based things on the ground that are the result of your rolling up your sleeves and doing the work. I call this my word tree. All my clients love it. I've train them to use it in every single type of interaction they're going to have. It's visual, it cements the crucial, critical information in their head. They can recall it at any point and they can remember how things are linked together so they don't stumble and try and find information. As long as they've got that really clear, this is my big idea, my remember this point, my one thing, they're fine. When you have a simple way of putting information together and know that it's important to the person you're speaking to, they're going to be leaning in and paying attention, you are calm. You stay calm. And the people whose attention you want remember you for it, for what you say and for how you come across to. Win-win. This is how you think faster and speak clearly in any sort of interaction. If you want to master this and build out systems that help you showcase yourself as the expert you really are, then click on the link below the video. Let's work together and make it happen. Now, of course, none of this is worth anything if the way you speak means you are easily forgotten and ignored. If you want that to never happen to you, if you want to make sure you never make the fatal mistake that so many of the thousands of people I've interviewed have made, then watch this video next. I'll see you there.